And this is the reality of the media headlines and the narratives that our politicians have been pushing as the dominant issues of Karnataka. You've got a young family that's lost its life. Their reality is shattered. One half of that family crushed to death by a metro pillar in the heart of Bengaluru. But if you look at this side of my screen, these are the headlines that have dominated through the last few months in the run-up to the big election coming up in Karnataka. Whether it is Tipu Sultan, whether it is saffron banners, whether it is love jihad, whether it is hijab, whether it is Veer Savarkar, whether it is education on campus, those are the polarizing headlines that our political class wants you to believe is the real issue facing the citizens of Karnataka. And then you have issues like what has happened with this young family. Take a look at this. This is just to make you think for a moment. And viewer, not for a moment am I removing the media from my target of scrutiny here, including myself, including my own show, because this is something that involves us all. The real story today, nobody can argue, is the metro pillar death that has killed this young woman and her baby son. But the big story from Karnataka coming out is the Tipu Sultan politics over a book that the BJP has come out. That's the Neta narrative that's being done. The real story from Karnataka is that 777 deaths have happened on the streets of Bengaluru last year alone. Can you believe it? 777. But the Netas will have you believe that Veer Savarkar politics is the real story coming out of Karnataka. The real story is the lake encroachment and construction illegally that has taken place in Bengaluru. Everyone remembers the floods that took place in that city just a few weeks ago. But the Netas want you to believe that hijab on campus is the real dominant issue that affects the masses in the state. The real story, you and I can agree, viewer, is death by potholes. There have been a dozen deaths by pothole accidents in Bengaluru alone. This is a city that is now infamous worldwide for its potholes and the state of its roads and traffic. But the Netas want you to think that a love jihad helpline in coastal Karnataka is the headline that deserves your real attention. The real story is that Bengaluru has poisoned lakes that is feeding into the water system and slowly destroying the health of the people of that city. And yet Netas will have you believe that the tug of war over the Eidgah Maidan, whether Eid should be celebrated there, whether Ganesh Chaturthi should be celebrated there, those are the real issues. And the reason why I say this is a story that involves us all is because I'm fully aware, viewer, that many of the stories that I've just listed here for you are stories that I have covered here on 5 Live, which we've done here on India Today. But may I please also submit that we are the only channel that covers the civic issues of Karnataka. The political class has been irresponsible. In many cases, the media doesn't have a choice but to cover the narrative of the political class, because that's what happens in the mobilization of politics, the political conversation. But the death of young Vihan and the death of young Tejaswini is a story we will not let go of. 3 months to go for the Karnataka election. I want to go across to India Today's Sagai Raj, who's been reporting live from the site of this terrible tragedy through today. Sagai, compensation has been announced. All the politicians have come out and made all the placeholder noises. But what about accountability? There have been eyewitness accounts who say that this metro pillar was shaking. It was visibly, unstable for the last few days. Why was nothing done? What are you hearing?
The officials say that there is a negligence of the contractor. So the blame game has already begun, Shiv, that whom should be blamed and whom should be targeted in this particular issues. But as you rightly pointed out, that whatever election which happens in Karnataka, whether it is Lok Sabha election, Assembly election or a municipal corporation election, whenever these netas go out to the people's only request is, we don't have water, we don't have a proper sewage facility, we don't have proper drinking facility. These are the issues which has been highlighted to all these candidates, whether you are an MP candidate, MLA candidate, or even a municipal corporation candidate. These are the issues for them, because you don't get proper roads, you don't get proper corridor, you don't get proper transportation. And this is what has happened today. A citizen middle class family which was heading towards their office, where they had to drop their kid at a play home, and after that she had to go to work, and it was a routine process. Remember, it was a middle class family. It's were on a bike, the entire family, two kids and a father and mother, both, everybody were on the bike, and they were heading towards under construction pillar has collapsed and killed two of them, and two of them are still alive. They have seen this particular horrifying incident in front of their eyes. They are the main eyewitnesses. They are the people who have shifted them to the hospital, and they are still here at the hospital waiting for the body to hand over. The agony is unbriefable. Agony is unexplainable.
How is the
they have
husband and the
completely
other
shattered.
child, Sagai? What is their condition?
We spoke to the family members who spoke to Lohit. Lohit is a husband, and according to them, they suffered only minor injuries. They escaped. But these two kids, they were twin babies, Shivarudra. One is a baby boy and a baby girl. Baby boy and a mother is no more. A baby girl and his father are here, and they escaped with minor injuries, and they are still inside the hospital waiting for the doctor to hand over the bodies.